Happy Friday afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the shop. Today, we got technician Troy in the garage.
What's going on, everybody?
We're going to be putting an engine and transmission in the truck. We're already prepping it out. We're not going to talk much. We're going to go right to work because we've been waiting a while for this.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling, Troy?
I wanted to see this thing stabbed off in there, man. I'm excited. We've been talking about it for all week, planning. You know, I've got my race truck I'm trying to play with a little bit too, so we did some moving around on the days, but today's your day. Let's get it.
Everything's undressed, taped up the holes in the block, got all the drive accessory and headers out of the way. Now it's ready to pick up and made it up to the transmission. Do have a new tool. We'll be trying this out. This is a Mac pivot tool. What this is when you come in with a cherry picker and pick up the block, you can set the angle of the engine and transmission to help you easily and precisely set it into the frame instead of using like what we did when we took it out, a ratchet strap from the cherry picker to the back of the transmission. Not the recommended, but it'll do the job in a pinch. Be careful if you're doing that. Transmission is staged. Bolts for the bell housing are ready. That's the bracket that goes inside the frame brace that bolts the transmission to the frame brace. Everything under the engine is prepped. Cool thing if you need to, because we're gonna have some clearance. I'm worried about the clearance right here. Gave myself a little room, loosened all this stuff up. So we got a little bit of wiggle if we have to use it, so we don't have to bleed the brakes and take all that stuff apart. When I was taking all those things off the engine, what I was doing was carrying them over here, laying them out in a bit of a grid, like all the pulleys, brackets, where they went, where the bolts went with where. So that way when I want to put it back together, I can just walk over, pick up one piece at a time, and before you know it, it's all back on the block and ready to rock and roll for the final time. Final assembly, I'm so looking forward to it.
Done, man. I'm excited. Let's what do you want to do? You want to take the engine, put it on the hoist, and stack it?
Swing a thing in here, to angle a thing in there, to transmission there.
Yes.
And we go there.
Got it. So vacuum pump to hoist to black magic box of voodoo, bolts, heart inside. Got it. Nice.
Still up in the sky. What we're doing right now is putting the torque converter bolts in. We're using the first bolt to line up the rest, and then we can crank the motor over very so slowly and put all 3 of the torque converter bolts in, draw them up, and then we'll mark them off which ones are tight, and it's coming along. It's a new day. Welcome back. For me. Y'all been here all along. Let me jump right in. Special thanks again, Technician Troy. This was a blast. Even with overheating GoPros and all the humidity that Tennessee is in the late summer, we were absolutely grinning, having a good time. Rinsing with your buddies is one of the best things you can do. I find it therapeutic. It's quite amazing. But that is a 540 and Turbo 400 inside of a 1969 C10 Longbed stepside. And with that, I think that'll be the end of this one. You'll have to stick around. We'll get this thing prepped out. I'll take you along for the ride with that. And sorry, Thor, your Thunder might be considered tame compared to what this thing's going to sound like when we crank it over. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Witness this. This is a big deal. Made a clean